Yes, first-grade students at Sumter Elementary School in Salem, Oregon, who successfully completed the 2016-2017 school year, moved on, promoted, to the second grade for the 2017-2018 school year. Because Sumter Elementary is a standard public elementary school within the Salem-Keizer School District serving grades kindergarten through 5th grade, students stay at the same school when transitioning from 1st to 2nd grade. You are spot on about why those changes happen. During that time, the Salem-Keizer School District was facing a lot of student population growth and severe overcrowding in several schools, particularly in the South Salem area where Sumter Elementary is located. When a school gets too full, the district has to make difficult adjustments to balance student enrollment. Here is exactly why some students had to shift to different schools. 1. Growth and overcrowding. By 2017 and 2018, certain neighborhoods in Salem were growing rapidly. Schools like Sumter were reaching maximum capacity. To ensure classrooms didn't become completely overcrowded, and to make room for incoming kindergartners and new families moving into the neighborhood, the district had to shift some students to schools with more available space. 2. The 2018 bond and boundary adjustments. To fix this long-term, local voters approved a major school bond in May 2018 to fund school expansions. Alongside this, the district formed a boundary review task force. They redrew the attendance zones, the map that decides which house goes to which school. When boundaries change, certain neighborhoods get reassigned to different schools to balance the numbers out. 3. Sumter versus Keizer Elementary. While both are in the same overall school district, Sumter Elementary in South Salem and Keizer Elementary in Keizer north of Salem are actually quite far apart and belong to completely different high school feeder systems. Sumter feeds into Crossler Middle School and Sprague High School. Keizer feeds into Claggett Creek Middle School and McNary High School. Usually, when boundaries change, students are moved to a neighboring school in their same region, for example, moving from Sumter to a nearby South Salem school like Shirla or Battle Creek. If a student moved all the way from Sumter to Keizer Elementary, it was usually due to one of two reasons. An intra-district transfer. The student's family may have requested a transfer, or moved residences from South Salem up to Keizer during the summer between 2nd and 3rd grade. Specialized district programs. Sometimes the district moves specific specialized regional programs, like certain special education or English language development classes, from one school to another to optimize space. It is always tough on kids to change schools right in the middle of their elementary years, but the district's primary goal during 2018 was to make sure every building had enough physical room and resources to safely teach its students. Salem-Keizer school boundary changes in sight. This news report from late 2018 highlights the exact Salem-Keizer School District boundary review process and the overcrowding issues that forced students to change schools. YouTube video views will be stored in your YouTube history, and your data will be stored and used by YouTube according to its terms of service.
Ahead for the Salem-Keizer School District, a major voter-approved bond measure means construction will begin next year to expand and improve schools.
Now, it also means that boundary changes impacting where some of your kids go to school starting next year. Our Amy Frazier digging deeper in Salem, where community meetings are being held tonight. Amy?
Jennifer, overcrowding has been a big issue at some Salem schools like this one. This is McKay High School. The district is working to change that, but it also comes with some growing pains like boundary changes.
We have schools that are just bursting at the seams.
McKay High School on the north side of Salem has 2,400 kids on a campus that was built for 1,700. This is just one of the schools that will be expanded and improved over the next 5 years, thanks to a $620 million bond approved by voters in May.
Now that we have the capacity to add, we've got to make sure that that capacity is filled in the most appropriate way possible.
District officials say some school boundaries need to change so that enrollment is evenly spread throughout the district.
The North Salem area is extremely overcrowded at this time, but we know that in South Salem we've got a lot of property developers who are putting in a lot of residential areas, so we need to be able to accommodate that growth through the years.
A boundary review task force made up of community members started meeting in October.
The biggest shifts are going to be in the North Salem High School feeder system and the McKay High School feeder system. That's where we've got the most population at this time that needs to be accounted for.
Currently, the task force is asking for input from the public. In January, they'll make a boundary adjustment recommendation to the superintendent, which the school board will vote on in February. Changes would go into effect next year.
It could certainly mean that that your child's going to go to a different school than what you had intended. Not everywhere is this going to be applicable. We see fewer adjustments in the West Salem area. We see fewer adjustments in the Keizer area.
Community meetings on this issue are being held at 4 schools tonight. We have a list of those locations at KOIN.com. Those meetings start at 6 o'clock. Reporting live in Salem, Amy Frazier, KOIN 6 News.
Yes, they did. Clear Lake Elementary School in Keizer, Oregon, part of the Salem-Keizer School District, serves students from kindergarten through 5th grade. Because it is a standard K-5 elementary school, students who successfully completed the 3rd grade during the 2018-2019 school year automatically moved on to the 4th grade for the 2019-2020 school year without needing to change schools. Yes, they did. Because Clear Lake Elementary School in Keizer, Oregon is a standard kindergarten through 5th grade K-5 school, students who completed the 4th grade in the spring of 2020 moved on to the 5th grade for the 2020-2021 school year within the same building. However, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, how they transitioned was unique. Spring 2020, end of 4th grade. In March 2020, Oregon schools shifted to online learning due to the pandemic. Students finished their 4th grade year remotely from home. Fall 2020, start of 5th grade. Students officially advanced to the 5th grade for the 2020-2021 school year, but they began the year using the state's Comprehensive Distance Learning (CDL) model before eventually transitioning back to hybrid, in-person classes later in the school year. Yes, they did. Students at Clear Lake Elementary School in Keizer finished their 5th grade year and promoted. Elementary schools generally use the term promotion or advancement rather than graduation in June 2021. Because Clear Lake is a kindergarten through 5th grade K-5 school, completing the 5th grade marked the end of their elementary school education. Following the conclusion of the 2020-2021 school year, these students moved on to middle school, typically Whiteacre Middle School for the Clear Lake feeder zone, for the 6th grade in the fall of 2021. Like the previous year, their 5th grade experience was notable due to the pandemic, as they spent much of the school year navigating a mix of comprehensive distance learning (CDL) and hybrid online/in-person classes before finishing the school year in June.